Good? Am I working? It's always a bit of a challenge to see. Hi, everybody. Ding dong. It's Mike Meyers here on the Wednesday edition. It is Wednesday this time, yes, of the Mike Meyers Ask Mike Anything live stream. The goal of this live stream is to provide those of us who are isolated by the coronavirus an opportunity to continue our studies on different forms. No good excuse, just drinking coffee. On different CompTIA topics, concentrating on A+, Net+, and Security+, but we can certainly go outside of that as well. I swear, I'm going to start starting this stuff later because I get a good crowd, but at first there's hardly anybody on. It's okay, Mike. They will come. It's a pretty slow day out there in the world of IT as far as I'm concerned. I guess everybody's waiting for Microsoft to be rolling out Windows 11 tomorrow, which hopefully will be kind of exciting. Oh, there's Silas, Obi-Wan, Andrew Hutz, Andre. Yeah, unfortunately, David Mohan, where is Scott? Scott is buried trying to get some other products out. He's also going to be doing some instructor-led training in Washington, D.C., so we are going to be Scottless for a while. But we'll see if I can get some other folks to sneak in on a as-needed basis here over the next couple of weeks. Dave Rush is okay. So first of all, this is, I'm literally going to wait a few more minutes. And yes, I have giveaways today. I'm going to wait a few more minutes and just talk about silly things until we get a few more people on. Daily IT Solutions is unhappy. Yeah, I'm not happy either, but Scott's a busy guy. But I actually think Scott, you're on now? Okay. So, okay, well, you get at least a little bit of Scott Jerning in there, so that's always good. Hey, Newb Bob from Canada, good to see you, man. Silas, it has been a while since I've seen you, man. We've had a lot of fun. Well, I'm glad you're working. That's the important thing. I really am going to stall here for a few more minutes till I get a few more people on board. Even email has been quiet. I'm curious, was it like this is a beginning of summer thing where everybody wants to quiet down a little bit? Perhaps that is it. I had a interesting thing happen to me today. I'm working on a new way to look at software-defined networking, and I've never liked any of the ways anybody teaches software-defined networking. It's one of those classic things where people keep it either way too simplistic or way too technical. And I stumbled into some stuff and have kind of developed it in my own vision. And I think I've got some exciting stuff coming in for software-defined networking. And I did say that you guys will be the first to hear it. Problem is I've got the basic text down for, this is for my upcoming Network Plus book, but what I don't have are any graphics yet. And this is really going to lean heavily on graphics. So I'm not going to be doing an SDN here on the AMA until I've got at least enough graphics to know that I can give it a good PowerPoint presentation kind of thing. So, Bob Newb, what a name. Andrew Parrish, everything, huh? Left's Learner. Nigel's here, good to see you, Nigel. My favorite Australian. Crazy Homebody Girl, man, everybody's here today, this is great. Andre, what, no Alex today? Oh well, we know she's here. Reza Hossein in Toronto. Toronto, where the squirrels are black and have big tufts on their heads. I've been to Toronto a couple of times. Great little town. Bob Newb's going right into it. What is more secure, SSH or HTTPS? Bob, it's a funny question to ask. What do you mean by more, okay? I guess the quicker, easier answer would be more secure from a direct aggressive attack, then I'd have to go with HTTPS. More secure because it's harder to zero in on because they tend to be momentary and temporary connections, I'd have to say SSH. Which server is more secure? I'd probably have to go with an HTTPS server in general, whereas SSH servers are more simplistic. But that's a tricky question. Bob, when you ask a question like this, I'm always tempted to say, why are you asking the question? You know what I mean? So a lot of times, Bob, if you were to give me the context for that question, I might be able to give you a better answer, or who knows, maybe I gave you a good enough answer with what I said right there. Okay, whenever I get quiet like this, guys, it's because I'm reading questions, so bear with me. David Mohan, David's gunning for a job, and he might get one at the rate he's going here. In Total Tester, I did some questions, and some of the terms are not in the objectives, like SCADA. Okay, so David, I'm sorry, buddy, I don't remember what you're doing there. So David, you're taking the Network Plus, you're studying for the Network Plus, and some of the terms are not in the objectives like SCADA. I'm pretty sure that SCADA still is in the Network Plus, although I'm going to have to defer here, and let's see what Dave wrote. The problem is, David, I can't quickly double check you. My first step is we're not communicating properly, therefore I'm not able to answer it. Okay, thank you, Dave. So David, the answer is if you can't just, when you're looking at objectives, you can't just look at the objectives themselves for a test. Always remember that there's a glossary at the end of all the objectives, and you have to go through that glossary as well. If CompTIA leaves a term in the glossary, that means that it could be used in questions or it could be used in answer choices. So for that reason, Dave Mohan, you will see the word SCADA in the N10-007 questions because it's in the glossary for that objective list. There you go. And that was all Dave Rush getting that answer out to me. Nigel, we all love you, Mike. Love you too, brother. Daily IT Solutions. The squirrels are black and gray here in Montreal too. Okay. I only saw black squirrels in Toronto. It was the only thing I saw. Bob Newb, what encryption algorithm? 128-bit. What encryption algorithm? AES. Bob, you need to... Full sentences, brother. Oh, now listen, by the way, now, Bob, you're doing a great job typing questions in here, but also keep in mind, guys, that if you want to, you can send me an email. It's always welcome to do that. Just send an email to michaelm@totalsem.com. And, so if you're a little shy, you don't want your name associated with a particular question, maybe your question's complicated, that kind of stuff, feel free to email those questions to me directly. If you're a gamer, I'm Senor Pepe, and I'm basically Des Weds on just about everything else. So feel free to contact me any way you feel comfortable. Alex Norton, can you explain boot.ini and its purpose? Thank you. I could do it in a past tense. Boot.ini no longer exists. It was part of the old, oh God, the old original NT bootloader, and there shouldn't be any questions in my test banks about boot.ini, Alex. Again, Alex, where'd you get this information, buddy? Help me out, and then I can zero it in here. No. Silas Silas, I have the worst time with your last name, and it shouldn't be that hard. Ozori. CompTIA is going to put my story in a blog. Hey, well done. Make sure to give you the credit. Thanks, Silas. I appreciate it. Silas, please do me a favor, and when you get into the CompTIA blog, if you could send me an email directly and giving me a link, I would love to see that. Always glad to see. CompTIA does a pretty good job about spotlighting folks, so congratulations to you. Well done. Thank you very much, and I do appreciate the exposure. Won't lie at all on that. Upgraded from Windows Vista to Windows 7 to 10. When I did so, it was an endless loop on the Windows splash screen. Okay. Can almost guarantee what happened there, Bob, is a classic thing that happens to a lot of people. You're upgrading from Vista to, basically you're upgrading from Vista to 10. One of the things you have to watch out for is that there is a lot of incompatible hardware that came around when Windows 10 came around. And it really wasn't Windows 10's fault. It was really more of a Windows 8 fault. In particular, there were a class of USB 3.0 chipsets that came out that Microsoft just straight up said, we are not going to upgrade to. I still have a couple of motherboards from that time period where if I try to upgrade it to Windows 10, it simply won't happen. Before you just, what, did you revert? You just went back to Windows 7. Honestly, Bob Newb, that's probably not the worst idea. There's a lot of checking you could do, and but at this point in the game, just put it back to 7. Okay, we don't have squirrels here. Okay, Andrew Hutz, I'm trying to figure out my next move after Security Plus. Whether Apple happens or not, I'm going to have a job starting, so that's covered. Good, okay, prevent me from giving you that sermon. And until that starts, I have free time to start studying something else. Trying to decide. Bear with me, guys. Trying to get myself organized here. Dave Rush is yelling at me that I missed questions. Let me get back up online here. God, if I were going to be if I was just going to throw out, because I know you so well, I'd be really taking a look at AWS certifications, at least in terms of the cloud isn't going anywhere anytime soon. I would be looking at that. And the other one I would consider, it's a little bit more screwdriver tech, but certified network professional, the CW certified wireless security professional, or some of the CWNP certs. Because I like wireless. I've always been fascinated by wireless networking. So just assume you're as nerdy as me. That might be 2 areas you might want to consider. Okay, I've scrolled all the way back up to the top, so now I got to scroll all the way down. Lots of scroll discussions. Edwin's here. Hey, Edwin. Andrew Seed. Hey, Mike from Daily IT Solutions. How did your friends like the size of the book I haven't shown it to anybody yet. I was going to show it on Friday to some of the folks at McGraw-Hill. Daily IT Solutions printed out one of the premium editions of, I believe, my A+ book, and it printed out like that high. Insane. Okay, Dave Rush, I don't think I have missed anybody. You are welcome to double check me in case I have. So guys, do keep in mind that this AMA lasts until 4 o'clock. We start at 2 o'clock Central Daylight Time, and it runs till 4 o'clock Central Daylight Time, or until the questions run out. So if we have a quiet day, and we get some quiet days from time to time, never a big deal. We will have competitions today, so stick around if you're looking for free stuff. In general, we run until the questions run out. So we got to make sure the questions keep coming in, so that we'll keep going today. And again, it's not that big of a deal if we run a little bit slower. Red squirrels, delicious red. The red ones taste better than the black ones, Bob Newb. Oh yeah. Alex Norton, I was doing a practice test I bought through Udemy and was asked the following: which of the following symptoms Alex, throw that question out. I'm sorry. Boot.ini is not on any exams anymore. It's if it's on one of mine, then I'll make sure that it goes away. But boot.ini is over. So a misconfigured boot.ini file. Oh, God. You know what? For me to get into a big boot.ini discussion right now, which I could do, is almost like getting into, let's talk about how to, put airplane dope on your biplanes or whatever it might be. So we're going to skip it. Yeah, just flush that question, Alex. You don't need it anymore. And if that again, Alex, if that question came from anything I'm doing, let me know. David Mohan, is there any solution to jitter? Reduce transmission speed? David, I love your questions, but so many times, and it's not just you, David, I'm not picking on you at all, but I know a lot of times in order to be more brief, we type very short questions in, but a lot of times it's the context can help a little bit. I'm assuming you mean jitter in terms of wireless transmission, but I'd like to see more to be able to answer that better. Bob Newb, favorite antivirus mic? Well, my favorite antivirus mic is me, right? You know, making sure not to click on obvious farming or fishing campaigns, being well trained in what man-in-the-middle attacks could potentially look like, occasionally checking either syslog or event viewer for questionable things that are happening. That's the best anti-malware tool out there. Second to that is the built-in one that comes with Windows. After that, probably Malwarebytes. Andrew Hutz, I could go for some free stuff. Daily IT Solutions, I promise you there will be a clever response about, it might just be, wow, that's a lot of paper. You know, how many acres of pine trees did that person murder to do that? Oh, Silas, I do, and I see you online. Silas asking a question. Mike, since we have each other on Steam, I was wondering if I could see you anytime play a game. Silas, I got to tell you, I can't even get like Tolowit and Scott Jernigan to get me to play World of Warcraft right now, which I'm a big fan of. So, Silas, please just keep bugging me. That's all you got to do, man. Keep bugging me. I love it when you say hello on Steam. I see it, you know, and I'm on it a lot. You and I have spoken on Steam a number of times, so please bear with me. But answer me one question right now, Silas. What would you want to play? If we were on Steam together, what game would we be playing? So Bob Newb, you just said at 2:14, enable QoS, make sure there isn't a lot of traffic going on the network. So Bob Newb, were you responding to David Mohan's question? So guys, do take advantage of the @ signs when you're typing, because that can be very helpful to me, okay? Leo Dela Cruz, hello all. Hello, Leo, good to see you, man. Daily IT, my wife already thinks I'm crazy about printing out books. Yeah, you probably are. It's okay. Nigel, I just sent you an email to Michael M. The subject is, this is Nigel. Please have a look at it. Well, I'll do that right now, young man. And you sent, where did you send that to, Nigel? To Michael M. at Total Sem, I assume, is what you're saying. There it is. Nigel wants me to look at his resume. Okay, oops, sorry, I shouldn't have said that out loud. We'll talk. Nigel, you and I will talk. Marig Engelbrecht, do you think there will be more practical applications for blockchain technology in the future? Sure. It's going to take us a while to get there, because right now there's still a massive trust issue with blockchain. I don't trust it. I've studied it pretty hard. And, saying that are there applications for blockchain is almost like saying, are there applications for hashes? It's such a rudimentary function. It performs a very specific function that it does well. And it allows for instantaneous auditing of a broad cross-section of transactions and providing a motivational tool for people to do it via data bit mining or the equivalent thereof in other currencies. It still makes me uncomfortable, to say the least. David Mohan again. Total Tester said that SNMP v2 is secure. Is that true? I thought it's still in the clear and not encrypted. V2 is encrypted. God bless it. Let me Google that for you. One moment, guys. When it gets quiet, it's because I'm double checking things. David Mohan, we're going to take a look at it. Scott Jernigan, Dave Rush. So, David Mohan, can you do me a favor? In the Total Tester, if you see a question like that, if you look in the lower right-hand corner, there's a 4 or 5 digit number. And David, next time you run into a question like that, if you could give us that number, it allows us to look at the question more aggressively and be able to answer you more clearly. And I'm going to have to not answer you at this point because I need to look at the question and what it's saying. Mary Gangelbrecht likes my CompTIA Plus course. Thank you, sir. Andrew Hutt, should I even bother with any of the hacking certs, or should I just keep hammering away at Hack the Box and try Hack Me and then go for bug bounties instead? Andrew, that's a matter of personal choice on your own as to where you want to go. In previous conversations, I've not got the impression that you want to become a pen tester or something like that. I find hacking, to be honest with you, incredibly dull and boring, and I don't like it. Maybe other than the occasional wireless network hack, I find little practical reason for it as well. So, I mean, it's a matter of passion and desire. Always, guys, always. There's so many different things to do in this world. Find something you love in this industry and do that. Me, I'm a screwdriver tech. I like to use rollover cables whenever possible. Yeah, Silas, look, thank you. I'm glad you like it when I message you. I do like it, but Silas, there's been times you've messaged me where I didn't answer. It's not because I was mad or anything. It's just sometimes I'm not in a position to do that. I don't want to play Age of Empires with anybody, Silas, because odds are good you're 25 years younger than me and you'll hand my rear end to me. I'm trying to think, what could we play? Let me think about that. I gotta look and see what's in my inventory. You're getting old when your Steam account has over 150 games in it and you've probably only played about 40 of them. All right, so Nigel, you've now said it's okay for me to mention. Nigel sent me some resumes, and we will take a look at them. Hey, Nigel, how would you feel about us looking at your resumes online? I mean, we'll keep all your personal information off of there, but how would you feel about us maybe dedicating some time to it? I can't do it today because I'd have to have everything moved over, But Nigel, if you were amicable to this idea, I would like to put your resume up and let other people critique it as well as me. And again, one more time, we'll get all your personal information off there, so you wouldn't have to risk that. You let me know what you think, bud. Scrolling. Daily IT Solutions, 2:21 p.m. Today after work, I'm taking all my books out of my office and putting them on my kitchen table to fix my office. Can I send you a picture of everything all together? Absolutely. Absolutely. I always love to see big messes like that. Abu Bakr Alaj, and I'm sorry, guys, my text is very small and it's hard for me to read and not easy for me to adjust, so bear with me. Can I finish study and pass CompTIA A+ in 1 month? Yes. Now ask me the rest of the question. Is that a good idea? I don't know. Abu Bakr, how smart are you? How much training do you have? Are you an expert in computers? Did you take the A+ 5 years ago and you're looking to do an update? So many questions. Why do you want to do it in a month? Where does a month come from? If you read any of my training materials, particular with the A+, as I say, most people need about 220 hours of studying, which is about 5 weeks if you look at a 40-hour week. A little more than that. But it really depends on the person. And at the beginning of my books, I put this big metric in there. It's a table that helps you calculate how much time it's going to take. Are you a good person? Do you study well? I mean, there's so many questions here. For years, I would teach a boot camp at the United States federal government level, and we did it in 2 weeks. This is a bunch of people with master's degrees and a lot of motivation, though. Josh Dope. Hey, Mike. Hey, you big dope. Oh, goodness sakes. Hey, guys, David Rush, Scott Jernigan, do you see David Mohan pulled up the question ID? Can you guys please check that out? David, thank you so much for that. I literally have to do this right now because if I do anything else, it'll get forgotten. Okay, thank you, David. We have to actually go to the raw databases. The raw databases are stored in the office. Neither me, nor Scott, nor Dave Rush are in the offices, but we will look that up for you. Thank you. Could be a slow day today. Gino, good to see you, man. Yeah, so I'm reading Gino at 2:23. I have to play the part regarding MS Hyper-V being type 1 when you activate it in Windows 10. I might try it this week. Gosh, do it on another system. Please. It's probably due for me to light up Hyper-V again. I'm sure when Windows 11 rolls out, I'll do it on there just as a test. But it's a real pain in the rear end to install Hyper-V and then try to get it back out. Nigel's like, yeah, let's do it now. Nigel, I'd have to download it, get it up on the screen, all that kind of thing. I can't do it today. Monday, let me write that down. Nigel, we're going to put you on screen Monday. And that gives me time to look at your resume, take your personal information off there, blah, blah, blah. So let me write that down so I don't forget. So we'll just, we'll start Monday. Next Monday is resumes. So, okay, guys, since we're going to do Nigel's, while we're at it, if there's anybody else who wants to have their resume looked at, go ahead and send it to me. Again, I'll take all your personal information off there. Just send your resume to michaelm@totalsem.com, and I will be more than glad to check it out, and we'll give it a quick whirl, see how it looks, okay? So actually that'd be fun. If we could get more than just Nigel's, that would make next Monday more fun. Oh, I didn't write that. Where'd it go? I got to write it big enough to remember. Okay. Cool. Have nice. We haven't done a resume thing in almost a year. I think we're probably due for another one. So seriously, if anybody else wants me to look at a resume, this is your opportunity. I'll put it on screen. Everybody will see it. I will take all your personal information off. They won't know it's you. And I'll be more than glad to do that for you. Mr. G, I'll need some practice testing. We're going to have, Mr. G, we are going to give away practice tests today. Elaine Batzer. Who's Elaine Batzer? Yes, Scott, I knew SNMP v3 had the encryption, but I always get nervous. You know, it's easy for me to look at David Mohan and go, no, SNMP v2 doesn't have it. But if we have a question that's an issue, we need to deal with that. And David, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you bringing, anytime we have a questionable question. It's appreciated when we catch them. Elaine Batzer, my favorite Northeast instructor administrator. How you doing, Elaine? Wonder if it's helpful to show the results on the resume. Show the results? Results of what? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Patricia. Ooh, here comes David Mohan with another one. Out of the something you do, an example would be signature. Are there any examples of something you do? Yeah, there's a lot of those. A lot of the something you do tie in kind of closely with somewhere you are. Well, for example, in very high IT security, and again, David, we're going outside the scope of questions you're actually going to run into, okay? So what's happening here, David, is you ask me a question, and I'm going to answer it, and you will never see a question at this level, okay? Because you've already know the answer on anything you're going to get, question-wise, on something you do, signatures. But it could be like where you walk. So a lot of times, when they talk about something you do, they're looking at predictability paths in high security offices and stuff. There are certain locations where you're expected to be and not be. And so it does kind of tie in a little bit with something where you are, but a little bit different in terms of paths. Alex Norton, you're a lefty. Lefty high five. Left-handed people are in their right minds. Hey, let's take a look real quick and look at my address because something just came in. Let me put that address up for you guys. Here's a little address I put up. There you go. So you got the address. Is that out of camera? Good. Okay, back to coffee. Edwin, my resume. I work for the same boss my whole life. Hey, man, you're not the only one, Edwin. Silas. Okay, so Silas, here. Silas, let me get this. Silas, did you get my address? I would like to have, it would be fun to have more than one resume. So one more time, Michael M at totalsem.com. Silas, please send that to me. I would very much like to have that. And then that way we have at least two. I'd like more, like 3 or 4 would be even better. Not sharing my security. Yeah, who cares? You know, nobody cares what scores are. I don't care. The only people who care what the score is the person who just took the test and either just passed or just failed. I'm good, thanks for asking. How would you be doing if you were starting a 10-week paid vacation? 10-week, oh my gosh. See, my problem, Elaine, is I wouldn't know what to do at 10 weeks. I have trouble with 10-day paid vacations. So anyway, enjoy. Yeah, I think it's summertime for you teachers. You know, that's exciting. Okay, hang on, Dave. We're looking at that question, the question about SNMP v2. Yeah, I'm still going to have to look at it. The guys put the question up for me, David, but if I were to look at it quickly, and you got to keep in mind, David, when we put questions on in the test bank, we work pretty hard to make sure they're accurate. The problem is when you're an instructor like me and you're kind of required to be a generalist for 17 trillion different topics, it does become a bit of an issue. So you know what, guys, we're going to do this. Let's do a quick, I will research SNMP, and I'll just go onto Wikipedia real quick, and we will take a look at the difference between version 2 and version 3. Okay, so SNMP version 2 brought in the concept of what they called communities, where you could define that this SNMP capable device would be a part of one community or another. This did not exist in SNMP version 1. So, and you'll see this today, it's still in version 3 you have this as well. So like if you have a switch, you have to define what community it's in. Now that community can be something as simple as public or private, or you can also make it, Chi-Chi the Wonder Poodle, and it would require somebody who wants to steal your unencrypted, because it is unencrypted with V2, data, but they would at least have to know the community to have access to that, theoretically. Now, I could also easily argue that SNMP comes on a particular port number. Probably be easy to grab it, whether it was SNMP 1, 2, or 3. But I will stick by the question, David. I think it's valid that the idea is that we're monitoring network devices, so that definitely puts it into SNMP. Due to the sense of nature, information must be sent in a secure fashion. None of the others really do network monitoring per se, so I'm gonna stick with V2. However, SNMP V2 does not have encryption; it simply has communities. Okay, now they're all going. Now the back end boys are all going nuts when I do the. All right, well, I'll research it myself," said the little red hen. Then we all get there eventually. Okay, what else we got? Andrew Parrish. Hey, Mike, will you ever do job giveaway contest? Nope. Nope. Sorry, man. I love you guys to death, but I need. Yeah. Everybody, you don't want to, and you certainly don't want to work for me, that's for sure. I'm a jerk. Really. Patricia Grace. When I take the Indeed quizzes, what are Indeed quizzes, Patricia? I don't know what an Indeed quiz. You have to show the results after the. Elaine Bets are on a 10-week vacation. So the explanation says it does encryption. Yeah, David, we've already asked that question. So thank you for the SNMP. Boy, it's it's very helpful for people to catch that. So you're what I unfortunately call a delta tester. Alpha testers are in-house people who test stuff. Beta testers are people who test stuff for free, but they're outside of your organization. And delta testers are people who pay for stuff and then still find errors. One may take quizzes on Indeed. You mean Indeed.com, the website? Oh, that's cool. Okay. Do we have that slow of a day today? Well, I did promise some giveaways, so let's definitely do some giveaways. Give me a moment to get things queued up here, kids. So we are going to have a quick competition here. Now, guys, while I'm looking for some practice questions, let's get a couple of things figured out here. Number one, in the chat window, make sure you're on live chat, not on top chat, okay? It'll make a difference. The first person to answer the questions wins. Now, keep in mind that just because you think you're first, that doesn't mean you show up on my system as first. So we go with whatever shows up on mine as the winner. I'm going to do A plus because I saw some people asking on some A plus stuff. So I thought that might be fun. So we're going to do A plus today, kids. These are going to be multiple choice questions. The important thing on these multiple choice questions is that when you answer, don't just do A, B, C, or D. It's not going to work. You have to actually type in the actual answer, or at least enough of the answer so that I can see the answer. Bob Newb, you type it right into the chat window, buddy. Just type it in, okay? And Bob, ignore all these other people typing in because they're just goofing with me because we do these tests all the time. Let's find... Okay, I found a good question. The reason I like this question is because it's really kind of an unfair question. And it is indicative of many of the unfair questions that I see show up on CompTIA exams. So we're going to give this one a try. I'm about to put it up on the screen. Also, keep in mind, do not just type A, B, C, or D, okay? And then secondly, if you don't want the prize, and a lot of people don't, just type pass, okay? And that will absolutely work. So here we go, guys. You ready? Here we're going to do it. And we are competing for A plus, Net plus, or Security plus practice questions. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Which feature is unique to laptops? Now keep in mind, guys, the number 2 reason people fail CompTIA exams is because they know too much. The moment you know the answer, start typing it. Andrew Parrish is a very, very funny person. Bob Newb, what is the prize again? 90-day access to Mike Meyers A plus, Network plus, or Security plus questions. So I'm just waiting, get some answers in here. Okay. All right, we have a number of answers. All right, I'm pretty sure the answer here is going to be touchpad. Let's see what it says. Click on my assistance window, check your answer. D is correct, it's a touchpad. All right, so let's talk about what's going on here. All right, so we've got 4 answers here. Laptop edition of Windows, there's no such thing as that. That's a red herring there. Function keys. Take a look at your keyboard on any desktop. It's got function keys across the top. Integrated audio and video. Most motherboards today have integrated audio and video built in. So just by process of elimination, touchpad. Now, you could say to me and be a little bit pompous and also be right. You could say, well, Mike, I have a desktop and it's got a touchpad. It's like, yeah, I know, but touchpads are ubiquitous to laptops. They are, and so you got to go with the least wrong answer. And this is a classic type of CompTIA question you'll run into. So, who is the winner today? So I'm just looking at the top. Did Bob Newb even try to play? I'm going to see if Bob Newb's in there. Did Bob Newb even try? He didn't. Bob Newb, message retracted. All right, Bob Newb, we're gonna give you another one, brother. All right, Mr. G. All right, so the winner I have is Mr. G. All right, Mr. G, congratulations to you, Mr. G. Okay, so congratulations, Mr. G. You are the winner. In order to claim your prize, all you've got to do is send an email to Kathy Y at TotalSem.com. In that email, make sure to type in, number 1, your YouTube name. And guys, don't try to be clever. Kathy I get a list of all the winners each day and send them to Kathy. So if she gets 2, then we have an issue. Secondarily, also let us know which practice exam you want, A plus, Net plus, or Security plus. And we'll be glad to send that to you. Congratulations to you, Mr. G. Well done. All right, so All right, just because Bob Newb is new and because I like him, we're going to have another competition, but I'm going to save it for a minute. I'll do another competition after I get 3 good questions. Yeah, I know how to torture you guys. It makes me happy. A lot of people answered touchpad. Yeah, David G. David Mohan, thank you for reminding me. That's right, Kathy is out. All right, I'll tell you what. Today and only today, I will take care of this. Mr. G, send me an email. Hang on. I forgot Kathy, our primary lady for doing this, is out and about. So, Mr. G, send me, Mike Meyers, an email. michaelm@totalsm.com. Make sure you have the name Mr. G in there somewhere so I know it's you. And then tell me if you want A+, Net Plus, or Security Plus. And we'll make sure you get it. How easy is that? All right. Elaine was here and gone. Andrew Parrish, what about ITF? Sure, we do ITF. I'm having fun looking at all the other answers people put in. Okay, I will give away another set of questions, but only if I get three good real questions. So it is up to you, my friends. What is my favorite hat? Oh, hang on a minute, guys. Let me put that address up for you one more time. There you go. You got that address? Excellent. All right. Got that? Okay. I needed to show you that address one more time real quick. Figure it out, kid. Hold on, my back office needs a little instruction. Okay. What's my favorite hat? I like all my hats. They're all good hats. I have I've got lots of good hats. I don't have a favorite. They're all my children. I love them all. Okay, Alex, favorite Pokemon. I don't even know what a Pokemon really is. I know what a Pidgey grinder is. I've heard that term, but I don't do Pokemons at all. Edwin, don't you miss the small computer shops on the corner of the street? There's plenty of them here in Houston. You just have to look. I hate Amazon and all the other big retailers that destroy everything. All right, well, Edwin, I don't necessarily disagree with you, to be honest. So I support lots of mom and pops when I can. The only reason I still use Google Chrome is Google Chrome comes with this add-on that when I'm on Amazon and I find something, it will look at that and say, you can get it. It's like, you can buy this any place other than Amazon. And so I got to tell you, I kind of agree with you on that very much. Whew. All right. Tolowit, I thought you were going to grab a hat and put it on while off screen. No, I was taking a sip of a beverage. Silas is out there too. All right, man. Later, Silas. Good to see you again, man. Have you bought Halo yet on PC? I have not. Never been a big Halo fan. And I'm generally not against, honestly, if you guys could probably talk me into playing a game, it would probably be Team Fortress 2. What's a classic game? And I think and I'm a pretty good engineer in Team Fortress 2. And I also like it, even though now it's a dated game, it's a huge support base for Team Fortress 2. Flies everywhere. What else would I play? Counter-Strike, Global Offensive. I was trying to think of games that would probably catch me these days. Teacher Russell, best game, Karate Champ or Galaga? Well, Galaga, you silly boy. What an easy one. Hirons. This is Abu Bakar Halaj. I apologize for mauling your name. I apologize. Hirons was my best diagnostic CD. What do you recommend nowadays? Your brain. Also, to be honest with you, if you have a problem with a system booting, going into, and I'm assuming you're running Windows, the Windows repair environment is incredible, and it has been incredible for since Windows 10 came out. But I don't have any equivalent to that anymore. Nigel, have you seen the Fast 9 movie? I have not. I'm not much of a moviegoer anymore these days. I've been catching up on... I never watched all of Arrested Development, so I've been binging on that one. And then there's this Canadian show, Schitt's Creek. I've been trying to watch that a little bit. So it seems to be about it. Adiva75, to your knowledge, they aren't discontinuing the existing... No, they're not Adiva. That's how CompTIA makes most of their money, is by charging people to take the A+ exam. Trust me, it ain't going anywhere. I have heard through back channels, in no way is this official. It is all just conjecture, and everything I'm about to tell you could be a big lie, that the new A+ will probably be on deck sometime in 2022, early 2022, but I cannot in any way confirm that, and it is not from any reliable source. But no, Adiva75, they are definitely not discontinuing anything. Andrew Parrish, Mike, are you hyped for Microsoft's announcement tomorrow? Yeah, I am. Just if nothing else. Look, let's face it, guys. As technicians, we get paid more when things mess up. So when something new comes along and people have the opportunity to mess it up, I genuinely go for it. My problem I have with Windows 11 is that I can't find anything about this upgrade that's interesting. It seems to be completely a graphics redo interface. And I tore through it pretty deeply and was able to bring back pretty much did they dump the old cmd.exe? No. Has the old control panel finally been moved out yet? No. It's all still there. It just seems to me to be a graphical front end. So we'll see. It's all conjecture until I get a chance to really play with it. I've had 45 minutes of play on a leaked version of questionable authenticity. So we'll see. Nate Howard, Mike, are you going to do a Server Plus course? I need it. IP Pro TV sucks. Ooh, don't say it. I like IP Pro TV. They're good guys. No, Nate, at this point in time, I don't have enough bandwidth to even keep up with A+, Net+, and Security Plus. Literally, it takes me forever to knock those out, because we're talking about not only rewriting books, but then reshooting videos, rebuilding test banks, all the research involved with that. I don't have any more bandwidth for anything. Bob Newb, Microsoft. Still haven't patched the problems with the search bar, etc. Well, it works perfectly fine. What are you saying, man? Adiva said, do it works for you, Mike. Don't overexert yourself. Yeah, woo, yeah. All right, so you guys ready for another competition? Nate Howard, you really going to leave? Thought you were just here for the competition, man. All right, let's do another one. You guys ready? I'm gonna, it's like something die in here? Yipe. They're literally, I've got flies all over the place. That's what I get for burying the corpses underneath the slab. I need to. Ooh. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a classic A+ type question. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, this is the one time. You ready? This is the one time that I'm going to let you just type the letter. All you have to do is type the letter. Go. None of you people are actually reading the question. All right, a couple of people are starting to read it. I'm leaving this up for a minute. You have to type 2 different letters of the alphabet, guys. It says select 2. All right, so let's take a look at this one. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be F is easy because that's an obvious 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. And then now let's take a look. Here's one that says 2001 : oh, there's an E. There's a G, folks. There's no G in hexadecimal. There's no G in hexadecimal. Come on, guys. So what's the problem here? Oh, this only has 4 octets in it, and this one has the double. So the answer is D and F. Let's double check me. Pretty sure I'm right. D and F is correct. All right. So D and F. Who do we have as the winners today, kids? I love the fact you guys all just started typing in one letter. I knew y'all would do that too. Tolowit in particular. I'm looking for the first person who typed in D and F. Patricia Grace. Patricia Grace, you are the winner, young lady. Patricia, in order to claim your prize, you need to send me. Do not send it to Kathy Yale. Send it to me. Send it to michaelm@totalsim.com. Make sure, Patricia, put in your name. Yes, I know you, but you still have to put your name in that email and then tell me what you're looking for. A+, Net Plus, or Security Plus, or I was reminded, IT Fundamentals as well. So whatever you want, and congratulations to you, Patricia Grace. You've done a great job. Mike's prices are insane. 2 different letters of the alphabet. That's right. E. White, we should all thank all Bill Gates' disciples. So did you guys hear in the news that, what's his name, Warren Buffett is no longer on Bill Gates' foundation? Yep. Yeah. Oh, wait, Patricia, you need that up there again? Here you go. There you go. So, Patricia, go ahead. That's my email address right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so a couple of other things. Do guys keep in mind, Wednesdays tend to be slow. It's not that big of a deal. We've been at an hour, probably starting to wrap up. A couple of things. Number one, do keep in mind that on Fridays we have Dave Rush with his Dave Rush Ask Mike Anything. Dave Rush Ask Mike Anything, DRAMA drama. Dave concentrates on using the Raspberry Pi. Now keep in mind, folks, we're not interested in teaching you how to use Raspberry Pis. Well, I mean, we are, but only in the aspect of using a Raspberry Pi to learn about CompTIA certifications. Raspberry Pis are cheap, powerful little tools, and instead of dedicating big computers to learning how to set up a DHCP server or something like that, you can do these things on a $35 device. And so Dave's done a great job with this for over a year now, showing us all kinds of amazing things you can do with Raspberry Pi to help you become a better technician. And yes, by the way, you also get to learn, it's all Linux, so it's going to be Linux-based. And just wonderful courses. Dave does a great job every Friday on that. That's Friday at 2 o'clock Central Daylight Time, right here at the Total Seminars channel. So please join us for that. Also, what do we have going? We also have a Discord channel. Well, we don't have a Discord channel. There is a Discord channel out there, which is run by my buddy, Jose Braden. This Discord channel is out there to help people study for CompTIA certifications. I do get on there. We tend to get most people on there, usually on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays immediately after the AMAs. But people are on there 24/7, folks. So if you want to actually chat with somebody, your best chances are showing up on Mondays and Wednesdays. But other than that, Dave Rush, can you post up the information for the Discord channel, please, please, please? But anyway, we hope to see you guys on there. I tend to make it on there about once a week or so. But you know, put a question in there and I will eventually find it. So, you know, please consider joining the Discord channel as well. Also, it's not at all nearly as politically correct as I am here. So Dave on Friday is doing install, configure, and using a proxy server. So, okay. Adiva75, there's your Discord link. So there's 2 links. Not quite sure what's going on there, but I trust Dave. So I was thinking about putting the Discord link on a graphic, but it's so much better to put it here. That way you guys can just click on it, right? Oh, Andrew Hutz, he's resigned from Most Found. Yeah, he's getting old. I know that feeling. Haha, PC. Hey, Patricia, we're pretty PC here on YouTube because, you know, feelings. Yeah. Crazy old phrases like sticks and stones may break my bones seem to have disappeared. Yeah, oh well, whatever. Diva, no problem. All right. So, guys, it looks like we're going to start wrapping them up. 1995 Texas Aggie, where the hell have you been? Good to see you again, Gigameg. Hey, 1995 Texas Aggie, we're going to be playing 42 here at my house tonight. I'll let him explain, or her explain what 42 is. Let's just say it's the national domino game of Texas. He's an Aggie. In order to graduate from Texas A&M University, you're required by law to learn how to play 42. Okay, I'm kidding, but it's important. I have no feelings. Bring it on. Feelings. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. It is a little bit after 3 o'clock. No big deal. I will see you guys on Monday. Don't forget Dave Rush on Friday. And also don't forget the Discord channel, which is here on the link. Always a good thing. 1990. Oh, my gosh. All right. Texas Aggie. I need you to stay here for just a minute, everybody. I'm going to step away from the camera for about 15 seconds, 10 tops. I'm coming right back. Yeah, I know we're about to wrap up, but I want you guys to see this. I don't know how good anybody's Latin is. That is ossa dominum. So ossa dominum is Latin for bones master. And if you play dominoes a lot, we call, as Texas Aggie, 1995 Texas Aggie says, bones. He's telling me I'm playing dominoes. So I'm a dominoes master. I wear this every time I play 42. It's a thing, people. Come on. All right. Well, listen, I'm going to let you guys go. I will see you guys on Monday. Don't forget to see Dave Rush this Friday. And come Monday, we're going to be doing resumes. If you got a resume and you want it to be judged in a fair and friendly way, email it to me, and we'll be glad to do that. So until then, this is your Mike Meyers signing off. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye-bye.